First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Baruch HaKodesh. I want to give double honor to the Apostle Jim Master Rosewell that we learned from. Peace, blessing, salutation to Yakim out there, pushing forth the truth and sincerity, and striving for the kingdom. This is the brother from the camp, Martha sent this out, and pretty much want to go into this same thing. How Esau is claiming this pandemic as a virus, but really, how Esau switches up words and switches things up. Really, that virus is really a war. Because I remember, I think Bill Gates said it. He was talking about pretty much how many people can, pretty much be destroyed, drop dead, and die from a virus. Instead of saying war, because when there's war, a lot of people die. So instead of saying war, it's gonna be a lot of people die from war. They switched it up and said virus. I forgot what video I was watching. I believe it was on I think Mike Adams on his platform that he uses now, and they were pretty much going through how. Matter of fact, I think it was a guy named I think he's on Alex Jones, some destroyer, and pretty much he was talking about instead of just saying war, it's a war on the people. It's a war. I mean, it's a virus, so-called virus pandemic. And that's how Esau pretty much can flip things around. Same thing as this. He said, word facts, how a word for witchcraft and sorcery became pharmacy. Because in this lesson is for you so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanics, Native Americans, which this truth is for you. This gospel is for you. This gospel is going to, through the spirit of power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, through their power, is going to, be preached amongst the four corners. And it's been war. War is really on you so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanics. One thing, there was this Edomite that was secretly recording us at camp. And, Esau always trying to be a devil, slither in, try to justify, try to put this narrate that, we're all in this. And no. What happened was Esau used his own people to throw in, the undesirables, the low lives, the scumbags of Esau. To pretty much what I'm talking about is the hippie movement. So instead of saying it's a war on blacks, it's like again, instead of them just outright saying is war on blacks, so-called blacks and Latinos, they pretty much say it's a war on drugs. And they had to bring in the hippie movement to pretty much counteract it, to throw it off, to make it seem like it's a so-called white and black thing. And this is what Esau does. This got a form called Newspeak. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find a definition of Newspeak. Definition of Newspeak. Here it is. Ambiguous, euphemistic language used chiefly in political propaganda. And this is what Esau does. Highly. Yeah, propagandistic language marked by euphemism, circumlocution, and an inversion of customary meanings. So pretty much is the flipping of words, changing of words to mislead and misguide and lie to the people. Deceit. That's why they call this place, the city of lies. Or Wu to the bloody city is full of deceit and lies. because that's how America has been established, and that's why the people amongst it. That's why they call it Babylon, the land of confusion. And these people here are double-minded and they're confused. They don't know their left hand to the right. They don't know their 2 feet from each other. They don't know their ass from their head. These people are bugged. These people are bugged out. Women don't know how to be a woman. Men don't know how to be a man. These people don't know how to be parents. So, again, it's just all in disarray. You have these terms that they throw out there. And, again, everybody is confused, man. So, going back to the article. What the hell is it? Let me see. I might have. No, what the hell is it? Bear with me one moment. Damn. What the hell is it? Oh, here we go. Salaki. All right. Because this is the land of witchcraft, sorcery, and so forth. It said, did you know that the word once used to describe witchcraft, sorcery, and magic evolved into the word we now use for the place we pick up our medications? And the thing about it, it's not a coincidence that Jake always felt. It's like he felt a certain way about the hospitals, doctors, and so forth. One of the reasons how the American society and American doctor, the West, became so-called the best at the medical field because why? They had slaves to study on. Oh yeah, man, it goes deep. They said pretty much the so-called blacks didn't feel pain. So what they would do would inflict a lot of pain on Jake. While they're hollering and screaming, they're hey man, doing the atrocities that they did on our people. Just like they were gynecologists, going all up in a woman. That came about, heart surgery. It's everything. It's a lot. Again, if they messed up, they can just throw the pretty much the nigga away. And that's how they felt. You're nothing but a nigger. A nigga. Your property. Fuck it. Just study. You study the brain to see what how much a Jake can take with pain or whatever. And again, this is how the whole medical field came about. You can look it up. It's out there. If Esau didn't, pretty much try to wipe it out. I remember reading up on how Esau, pretty much how the medical field, everything in the West of medical came about because of slavery, because they had so many bodies to study on. And again, if they mess up, if they so-called accidentally killed a Jake, they would just throw him away on the wayside. So it says, it's true. You can even find it in the Bible. If you check out the original Greek, read on to find the story behind pharmacy. So how witchcraft, magic, and sorcery became pharmacy. Our modern word for pharmacy came from the Greek word pharmakeia. It's pronounced pharmakeia. And like many of our words today, it has different meaning depending on the context in which it was used. Yeah, because the English language is pretty much is a bastard language, and it's really demonic because one word can mean so much different meanings. You can flip words and so forth. So it says pharmakeia in the Bible. We find the word in the Holy Bible, in particular in Galatians. Idolatry, sorcery, and enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalry, dissensions, and divisions. Galatians 5:19. But in the original Greek text, the word used for sorcery was pharmakeia. And in Greek, pharmakeia could mean magic, sorcery, witchcraft, enchantment, drugs, or medication. And when you go look into the Greek Empire, they were heavy into, sorcery, magic, witchcraft, drugs, and spiking. putting people under spells and potions. And again, that's why you have to really look up words. You pretty much just can't go off face value what you read today because these words have so many meaning. It's like one thing I realize a lot of these girls call men misogynists, but they don't even know the definition of the word misogynist. And it pretty much will tell you that it's a man that hates women, but men don't hate women. So again, it's just these people don't know words, and Esau has a lot of these fucking words out there that could just mean a lot of things. But the point is, the word pharmacy, pharmakeia, and again, that's why you can't. The scripture says, never trust thy enemy. And you Jakes fail to realize that Esau is your enemy. The so-called white man is your enemy. He's been your enemy ever since. Well, since the fucking, when we was inside the stomach of Rebecca, Isaac and Rebecca, in the two nations, inside the womb, we fought even in there. And it tells you in the scriptures that there were two nations of people that should be separated from amongst each other. And there's been a rivalry ever since that birthright. So we will never get along with each other. And it tells you how the elders are going to serve the younger. These elites, they know about the birthright and what they're trying to do. It's pretty much, again, it's war on you Jakes. It's not a virus, it's war on you Jakes. That's why it's so-called started from a gook eating a bat. And now, the problem is you Jakes, so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. So it says, pharmakeia is used in various places in the Bible. It has these meanings: the administering of uses of drugs, magic, sorcery, witchcraft, often found in connection with idolatry. And this is the scriptures of Galatians 5:20, Exodus 7:11, Exodus 22, Exodus 8:18, Isaiah 47:9, Revelation 18:23, poison found in Revelation 9:21 as a metaphor for the seduction of deception and idolatry. And again, we know Esau's plan to put the source in you, and then eventually that device that tracks you. It's the original evolution of pharmacy from Greek pharmakeia, meaning practice of the druggist, which is based on pharmakon, meaning drug, medieval Latin, Old French pharmacie, late Middle English pharmacy. Definition of pharmacy: now the science and or practice profession of an art of preparing, preserving, compounding, and dispensing medicinal drugs. And that's why when you take these drugs that's prescribed to you, it can have a severe side effect on you. You're supposed to be preventing one thing, but it can be harming something else. That's why, and the thing about it, the medical field is a big business. $1 billion industry, $1 billion business. And they strive off not curing you, but pretty much treating it and, compressing it for a moment, but then, it will eventually flare back up. A dispensary for medicinal drugs, a place where medicines are compounded, drugstore. And let me see, uses of pharmacy. To become a pharmacist, one has to study pharmakeia at a university. These prescription discounts can be used to save money on medications at any pharmacy. Yeah, it's funny. Over-the-counter Adderall alternative, and that's what a lot of people are getting high off Adderall and these different medicine drugs. Showing you these drugs is nothing but witchcraft and sorcery, and it can distort your mind. Let me see. I'm gonna bookmark this. I can pull that out anytime. Let me see. I don't have. Let me see. Sirach 38:4. The Lord had created medicine out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So this whole time, they're pushing a source. They're putting you. Here it is. They never promote a healthy lifestyle, a healthy diet. Fasting or exercise, eating better. Eating more greenery, staying away from heavy meats. And one thing too, not eating the unclean meats. Pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, and so forth. Because it's a dietary law in the scriptures that our people should be following, but evidently you see that they're not, because their waistline shows different, and how the way they act and think shows different. So yeah, they never pushes, push, for herbs. There's a lot of things that you can take out there to, pretty much combat what's out there, the source. And again, Esau had put this down the pipeline. So, everybody's in cahoots. Everybody's to follow the plan. And again, it's big business. Everybody getting a paycheck. Everybody's is going to be taken care of because they're following the order of the so-called white man. Let me see. It's another one. Can't put my finger on it. I might just end it with that. What was it? All physicians of no value. Yeah, Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. And that's Esau. And it's crazy as hell because you actually have Jakes that's into the medical field. And they're all forged with those lies as well. They believe it. Again, they've been indoctrinated to really believe and think that, certain things that Esau pushes out there can really help you. So, again, this so-called white man has to be taken down because he really has taken the peace from the earth, as prophecy would say. I forgot where in Revelation, but it pretty much talks about a red horse, and he's pretty much take the peace from the earth. And that's what the so-called white man has done. When you look at this whole society, especially here in the West, everybody's sick over, obese. Teeth is fucked up. Insides are fucked up. The skin is messed up. Everything we pretty much consume, it really destroys us. It's also getting that in a lot of other places as well, because these leaders that's been following Esau pretty much accepted and adapted the game plans of the meanings of oppression to oppress the people, for the rich to be rich and the poor, and to eat off the poor and make money off the poor. But the thing about it, this world, what you clearly see going into the New World Order, eventually going to the MOTB, which is being established in front of us right now. And again, these people have been tricked and again been lied to, and have been bewitched to believe in this war on what is this so-called virus, but really is a war going on. And the so-called white man is coming down on you Jakes. And again, he's going to take out some of his own people to make it seem like it's to balance out, as if it's a virus. But we all know it's really a war, because they want to depopulate and destroy you Jakes and destroy your God gene. He really want to control you. Again, it goes back to the war of he wants the birthright. That's why the scripture says, I suffer not a wish to live. So this just shows you that, this infrastructure, this kingdom of Esau is not going to last and is not going to stand. It's only but for a moment. But with that, Lord's will, you was edified. And again, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shah. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. And peace, blessings, salutations to Yakim, Iwakwaf, and Israelite fathers. Hey, shalom.